Alright, what's going on? It's Quinn, and in my last video, this video is sort of going to be an introduction to triad pairs. So in my last video I was talking about a little lick that I made. Oh. So you notice that's just the C major triad, and then F sharp major triad, a whole C major triad, and then F sharp major triad, and the difference between the C and the F sharp is a tritone. So this is a major triad, and then another major triad, a tritone apart from each other. So I was first introduced to the concept of triad pairs by Peter Schlam. He was calling this hexatonics, which is it's hexatonics, or a hexatonic scale is a scale that's made up of 6 notes, because hexa, the prefix, means 6. So, and this could be anything from a whole tone scale. So you notice that has 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could be a blues scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you notice that has 6 too. So all these scales are hexatonic scales. But I'm going to be talking about hexatonic scales in relation to triad pairs, because a triad is 3 notes, and when you pair 2 triads together you have 6 notes, which makes a hexatonic scale. So I have this C major and this F sharp major, a triad apart, and when you condense this into a scale, it's sort of this blues scale-y thing, but not quite. So you notice this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 notes again. So this would be a hexatonic scale based on triad pairs. And triad pairs are really interesting because you're taking 2 triads and you're sort of limiting yourself. So if you were to play these triads in like an improvisational setting and you only limited yourself to these 6 notes, it can be really uncomfortable because you're used to having all 12 notes to play. But when you limit yourself to 6 notes, a lot of times you come up with really new ideas through your struggle of only being able to play 6 notes. And you can do all sorts of things with this. You can write melodies on this and use this to like play lines, and you can connect them grammatically and such, and it's just an interesting concept. And when you start playing these triad pairs over certain chords, so for instance I'm going to play C7, and then using this little lick I made up, I'm going to condense this into a hexatonic scale. So, and then I'm going to talk about how these notes relate to the C7. So this is 1, 9, 3, sharp 11, 5, flat 7, 1. So you can experiment with that sound, and then it gives you a certain quality, like certain color, I guess you could say. Some people think about it like that, but yeah, you can mess around with that, and there's so much you can do with triad pairs, because there's literally infinite combinations of triad pairs you can do. Not only can you do major triads, you can do minor triads, a whole step apart, minor triads, a half step apart, or that was major, minor triads, a half step apart, major triads, a half step apart, you know, major triads, a tritone apart, minor triads, a tritone apart, and all these different combinations of triads and these triad pairs give you certain sounds over different chords. So I'm going to play this C7. I'm just making this up on the spot, but let's convert this let's convert these two triads to minor triads now and see what these notes are in relation to C7. So we have one. I'm going to condense this into a scale first. So we have no D. So we just have so that C sharp is a part of this scale too. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's see what this is in relation to C7. So this is C1, flat 9, sharp 9, sharp 11, 5, 13, 1. So yeah, that's another sound you can experiment with. But yeah, these triad pairs, and you can look on the internet, there's a lot of, I just made that up, but there's triad pairs that are more commonly used than other ones. So for example, the like over a C major 7 sharp 11 sound, you would use a major triad based off of the root, and then a major triad a whole step apart, because this gives you 1, 9, 3, sharp 11, 5, 13. So if you have so that gives you this sort of sound that includes the sharp 11 in it, and 13. But yeah, it's just something to think about, and this is sort of a newer concept for me that I'm just getting into, and I'm trying to implement it into my playing, and that's probably the most difficult part. Like, I understand what's happening, but as I learn more, I'll make more videos about it, and hopefully I'll be able to like implement this into my playing. But yeah, thanks for watching. Peace out.